All right, my friends, welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today I wanted to thank you guys sincerely from the bottom of my heart for paying attention to and watching all of the PlayStation 5 Pro content that I've put out. I really did buy this thing going into it thinking like this thing was going to be a ripoff, that it was just going to be another half step or a half measure, that it wasn't going to make me happy, that I'd already been too far gone over to the PC side to actually even, give it a fair shot or any of that stuff. Like, I literally went in there looking for issues to try to find a reason to make negative content about the PlayStation 5 Pro, and this thing has absolutely surprised me every step of the way. And because of the amazing feedback and just overall willingness of people to watch my content on the PlayStation 5 Pro, especially knowing that as long as this channel's been around, I've always, kind of just had this not necessarily thing to go out of my way to be negative toward PlayStation. It just, for some reason, it just wasn't hitting that mark. And to be honest, to be completely honest, even the Series X was starting to fall short a lot. Over this generation. After the first couple of years, it started to fall short. Both of them did, and it was just to the point where I was like, gosh dang, man, I just wanted my 4K, my 60, whatever, and I ended up going over to PC. I've made a home at PC. I've replaced all the games that I've bought on my consoles pretty much at this point. So I mean, going forward and staying console, definitely not something that I'm probably going to do anytime soon, but I will definitely be buying these consoles to keep them around so that I can play them and bring you guys content. And guys, if anything, first of all, I just want to say, the investment that I put into the PlayStation 5 Pro this month, I've already made that money back and then some, to the point where it's like, wow, this thing actually paid me to buy it. And in my 4 years almost of YouTube, it is not very often that a product will pay for itself to the point where I make all my money back just in ad revenue. That's crazy. This is the first time that that's actually happened. Usually I'll make most of my money back or a good chunk of it back, and then if I sell the product like I did with the 4080, then I get that money back. But my goodness, guys, the PlayStation 5 Pro has literally blown the doors off. This is the most money that I've made in YouTube, already surpassed $1,000 this month. This is incredible. I'm already at 250,000 views, my most views ever on YouTube. And I just want to thank you guys for believing in, or not believing, but at least watching that content. And obviously the only way you make that money back is if people are engaged and watch that content longer. So that means you guys are actually watching this content and you're subscribing, and that's awesome. So there's a few lessons that I've taken from this. And this is gonna and this is going to be, this is going to not necessarily this support and this level of engagement in this content is really going to propel the channel forward in the future. I've learned some valuable lessons. First of all, there's a lot of people out there that just want to be negative about gaming, about content, about hardware, software, whatever. They just want to be negative. They literally go out of their way to really, push that and drive that and to utilize that for their own personal gain. Guys, I had so much fun covering the PlayStation 5 Pro this month. Literally had so much fun just being positive, playing things, coming into it with that childlike mindset to just oh my gosh, the PlayStation 5, you know what I mean? And guys, this has just been the best month for my overall freaking mental health. It's not even funny. This has been literally my best month or the best time I've had on YouTube since I started. And this is really gonna freaking bleed into how content is made on this channel going forward. I like being positive. I freaking get such a thrill out of being positive, out of helping people, out of being like, out of just making good, clean content that's not out there just looking for reasons to destroy things. So that is really going to play a major factor going forward on this channel. That's going to, I mean, if I cover NVIDIA, if I cover AMD, whatever I cover going forward, I'm going to look for the positive stuff. If there's negative, I mean, if there's obviously atrocious negative stuff out there, like I'm not going to go out of my way to like be belligerent about it. Like I will constructively criticize things that need to be constructively criticized. But as I see it right now, guys, as I see it right now, people want to be hyped about PS5 Pro. I'm pretty hyped about it. I haven't lied or went out of my way to try to, you know, really like, gosh, what is it? Like, I haven't really tried to downplay anything. Like, obviously there's a few games, obviously, you know, that PSSR could be better or whatever, but overall, like the overall image quality that I'm getting from those games is either in line with like what the so Star Wars Outlaws. Here's the thing. Star Wars Outlaws is pretty much in line with the way that Horizon Forbidden West visually looked on the regular base PlayStation 4 at 1440p out of 4K on a 4K screen. When I put it on the 1440p monitor, it absolutely looks incredible. So it's one of those things where I'm like, okay, yeah, it definitely could look better, but I've got it on PC. It's not a significant big deal to whatever, but I get it. You know, there's a lot of people already out there being negative toward PlayStation 5 Pro. So I get it, guys. Like, it makes sense that like there's people out there that want to be angry about it, but then there's people out there that just want to be like, hey man, I don't want to hear none of that nonsense. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying it. It's everything I wanted it to be. Hey man, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Yeah, there's clearly a million things that I could go find to be negative about the PlayStation 5 Pro. But man, when I contrast the way I felt about the content I've made in the month of November versus the way I used to make content, being like when I would go after PlayStation and there's checkerbirds and all of that stuff and just you know, looking for reasons to nitpick, because that's really what it was, guys. I really had to go out of my way to find reasons to nitpick because the base PlayStation 5, it's been fine for the most part. Like ever since I got a 1440p monitor and put it on there, my PlayStation 5 experience has been pretty good. And I tried to walk away from the whole negativity and stuff with that. I did, and I was fine. I'd bought a PC. I was like, all right, whatever, you know, both the consoles failed me. I moved over to PC, whatever. I'm excited about how the PlayStation 5 Pro has really been able to not only grow this channel, to be able to deliver on the experience that if we would have got the PlayStation 5 Pro as the PlayStation 5, I think that, like, dude, I don't think I would have ever complained. I don't think I would have complained as much. Obviously, I probably would have back then because I was still, you know, getting onto YouTube, trying to learn things, trying to figure things out, and trying to see how things were going to go. But now that I've kind of, you know, I think that the way I feel this month, honestly, guys, about the PlayStation 5 Pro, I like the way I feel. I like the positive vibe I get. I like the comments that I've been reading from people that are absolutely enjoying their purchase with the PlayStation 5. Look, we all know, me and the people that are enjoying it, we know that the people out there are going to buy it and they're going to be upset. We know that. I know that. And I honestly, my friends that don't enjoy the PlayStation 5 Pro, it sucks, man. Like I get it, man. Like you thought that there was gonna be something that it's just not. You went into it way too overhyped. I did that with God of War, Ragnarok. I did that with a lot of PlayStation stuff this generation, guys. I went in there so overhyped that it just kept letting me down. It did. PlayStation 5 Pro, I didn't have any hype for it whatsoever. I mean, I was making videos being like, yeah, it's a waste of money, it's a scam, blah, 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 before I even bought it, because that's the way I felt. Like, I was so cynical about PlayStation this generation that I was like, no, man, this thing is not going to live up to the hype. I'm not even going to be hyped. And that was so much better, guys. If anything you take away from this video, don't go into any of this stuff hyped anymore. Just don't even get hyped anymore. Like, try your hardest to not get hyped. Because let's face it, if you go into things hyped, and you look at the way other people create content or go out of their way to create negative content for short-term personal gain, that's going to affect your mental stability when it comes to this stuff. It's going to be so much easier to influence you in a negative way if you already are feeling underwhelmed with the amount of hype that you go into things. I promise you guys, it's crazy that I'm actually as happy with PS5 Pro as I am. I went I really did. I figured, like, I was like, dude, this thing is not gonna do anything. It's just gonna be another freaking thing. I'm gonna cover it. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna cover it because I have to do that because I was saying negative things about it. I want to see how PSSR is gonna look or FSR 4 is gonna look when it finally comes to AMD, and I want to see, you know, like what this thing is all about and if it's actually gonna do what it said. I've been excited with it. I've been surprised and satisfied with the overall experience. Now, I'm not trying to sit here and damage control anything. I promise you that. Like, I get that people are genuinely going to be upset with PlayStation 5 Pro. Like, I get that. It is more money than the base machine. They're asking you to spend more money. They want you to buy a hard drive with it. All of those are 100% valid criticisms of the PlayStation 5 Pro. I'm right there with you. They are very valid. And I don't expect you to just be like, yeah, man, and feel like I do. Obviously, I have a channel that I can make content with it. All of the other things that the average gamer just is not going to have access to. I bought all my games digital, so I don't need a disk drive. So that's like something that I don't have to worry about. So there's extenuating circumstances that made a PlayStation 5 Pro an easier pill for me to swallow, as opposed to the regular people out there. And I want you to know, guys, that I'm not ignoring those criticisms. I'm not. I do take those into consideration, but I know that there's people out there that just want to be happy, and I want to create content for them too. I don't want to just sit and nitpick every single thing that comes out or comes before me, because then I see how other content creators go down that rabbit hole, and some of them don't ever return, my friends. Some of them don't ever come back. They get too into it, and they get into a place where they're starting to make enough money, or they're starting to get enough, you know, clicks or whatever, and it just fuels them to keep going. And oh man, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that November was a good month for this channel, and it helped me really see that, like, look, it's possible to create positive content and not have to chase the negative stuff. I still have a full-time job. I still go to work every single day, so I don't depend on YouTube to like really pay for my bills or anything like that. So when something like this happens and I'm able to easily exceed the content that I've put out in the past, and be able to, you know, fund, you know, that purchase or whatever, or put money towards, you know, some other purchase for the channel to help make it grow. I usually put everything back into the channel, so that just helps. I mean, that buying the PlayStation 5 Pro made it so I could get the Pro and then be able to, you know, upgrade my pedals for the Fanatec. So I'm excited, guys. I am excited, and I hope that you guys continue to watch, and I hope that I can continue to bring content that's worthy of your time to watch, because I don't want to have to be negative on this channel. I've tried so many things over the last 4 years to try to build this channel, to try to strengthen the community. I've always tried to be, you know, I've always tried to cover everything. I've never really just been like attached to just one brand. I've always, you know, been able to play on whatever. So yeah, guys, I'm so grateful for all the new, you know, for all the new members that have come to the channel, for everybody that's, you know, come, and, you know, and a lot of it has to do with the, you know, like the Thrustmaster T598 too. There's a significant amount of people that have watched that too. So yeah, this November's been a really good month, guys, and I'm so grateful. So if you guys have any comments or suggestions or anything like that to help propel the channel, or, you know, if there's content that you guys want or want to see, I've got a few more days off. I'm starting the Thanksgiving holiday, so I get the next 4 days off, and so I'll be able to make some content. Yes, tomorrow we're gonna go see family and stuff, but when I get home, I'll make some content and stuff for you guys. So yeah, thank you guys so much, man, for making November an incredible freaking month, and I can't thank you enough for making that possible, because you guys were there and you supported the channel and you watched and you subscribed and you helped the channel grow, man. I don't know how to thank you guys, and I just want to be a better content creator for you. So, all right, my friends, if you like this content, do not forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.